This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit. And push your gameplay beyond limits with Intel Core Ultra processors. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel Inside. Maximize your edge by shopping at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
Life's messy. We're talking spills, stains, pets, and kids. But with Anababe, you never have to stress about messes again. At WashableSofas.com, discover Anababe sofas, the only fully machine-washable sofas inside and out, starting at just $699. Made with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics. That means fewer stains and more peace of mind. Designed for real life, our sofas feature changeable fabric covers, allowing you to refresh your style anytime. Need flexibility? Our modular design lets you rearrange your sofa effortlessly. Perfect for cozy apartments or spacious homes. Plus, they're earth-friendly and built to last. That's why over 200,000 happy customers have made the switch. Upgrade your space today. Visit WashableSofas.com now and bring home a sofa made for life. That's WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change, and certain restrictions may apply.
Saks Off 5th is your secret to fashion's most wanted deals at up to 70% off. On the hunt for designer steals that'll turn heads and leave a trail of envy? Uncover Gucci, Valentino, Versace, Stuart Weitzman, and more, with new arrivals dropping weekly at prices too good to stay confidential. Luxe layers, statement boots, and tailored essentials from Saks Off 5th will put your wardrobe on the most wanted list. Head to SaksOff5th.com or a Saks Off 5th store near you for a style lineup you won't want to miss.
Kick off the 2025 season of Minnesota Vikings at U.S. Bank Stadium with a kickoff concert from Russell Dickerson. Before the home opener when the Vikings play the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday, September 14th. It is a free concert in Commons Park outside U.S. Bank Stadium.
I don't have a park.
Powered locally by the Minnesota Lottery. Stop by the Minnesota Lottery at the kickoff concert for your shot at great prizing, including a trip for four to Green Bay on November 23rd.
Friday Football Feast, is it in Oakdale?
Your neck of the woods?
Yeah.
You going to stop by?
What day is that?
I would assume tomorrow.
Oh, what time?
I would assume 9 to noon.
Oh, what a bad break. I would be golfing. That's a bad break for me. Going to be your
bad break for the fans at Oakdale.
Let me ask you a question. If your choice was, and I love the Friday Football Feast, and it's a great time, and we love Buffalo Wild Wings. I've been to the one in Oakdale many, many times. Would you rather go golfing or go to the Friday Football Feast?
No doubt.
And that's nothing against the Friday Football Feast, because you can golf and listen to the Friday Football Feast.
There's really no comparison between those two. It's not even a...
Yeah. Well, especially you that's had an experience that's not unlike that of a PGA Tour player. Time for 5, 3, 4.
Time now for 5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Question number 1. NFL No Huddle.
Here we go.
Lots of NFL No Huddle questions today. The NFL season begins tonight as the Philadelphia Eagles, go Eagles, host the Dallas Cowboys. Eagles are favored by 8. Common, what do you expect to happen in this one?
Not only did Dallas not score, not will they only not cross the 50-yard line, they won't pick up a first down. I think Philadelphia will dominate. It's at
Philly.
Yeah, I think they'll dominate.
Philly.
I don't think we're going to see much of a game. I think it will be one of those where certainly by the third quarter or the end of the third quarter, the game will no longer be in doubt. Might even be sooner than that. I'm not a big until Dallas. Every year, people predict great things for the Cowboys because they're America's team, and it never happens. Until they do something, I'm not going to pick them. So I think Philadelphia going to laugh her.
League-wide average ticket prices have dropped slightly from $289 last season to $279 this year. Obviously, that could change throughout the season, but Common, Any theories as to why NFL tickets for now are decreasing?
Well, because people are outraged. I don't know. It would seem like it's the most popular sport on the planet this side of soccer. In cornball. No.
Cornholes.
So I don't know why. I don't have an answer. Do you? Was there an explanation?
I don't have an answer.
Because
other than at some point, like the roof's got to pop,
Yeah.
right? Like you can only go so high.
But you rarely see prices come down. They might just say, "Well, that's it. That's the most we can charge." But bringing it down, so from $289 to $279 isn't a whole heck of a lot, but
no.
It is lowers. I have no explanation.
Common, which team is your biggest surprise to make the playoffs?
Packers.
You think that's a big surprise?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say it. No, I don't know. I haven't really looked that closely at. Well, I'll say if Denver makes it, I'll be really surprised because Mark Rosen picked him and he knows nothing about football. I don't know. How about you? Is there?
I have two.
Okay.
I put them on X yesterday. My two bold division predictions that are going to win their division.
You love the Cardinals and Kyler Murray, right?
I'm going Arizona Cardinals in the NFC West. I'm going Carolina Panthers in the NFC South.
Wow.
Those are my two surprise teams to make the postseason.
Very controversial.
Let's do the other way then, Common. Which team is your biggest surprise to miss the playoffs?
Green Bay.
You don't like that Micah edition?
Detroit's not going to make it, but it's not a surprise to me because that's what I expect. So I don't. It would have to be. I don't think of Buffalo or Kansas City, but that would be the only shock. I think there was a story yesterday. Maybe we even talked about it. I think every year on average, there are 4 new teams that make the playoffs. So that means how many? Is it 12 that go in each?
Well, no, 14 now. We have 7 in each conference.
Okay, so it's 14. So that means the 14, you kick 4 out and bring 4 new ones in. So I
parity.
How about you? Who do you, as a surprise team that won't make it?
I kind of feel like Philadelphia might have a little bit of a Super Bowl big game hangover, and
you think they might not make it?
Well, because I think Washington could easily win that division. So now you're talking about they got to get a wild card. I know it's been really weird in Dallas with the Micah trade, and they didn't really make a lot of big upgrades in the offseason. But I still think if Dak Prescott is healthy for an entire season, and he's got CeeDee Lamb and he's got George Pickens, that offense is enough to win some games, assuming they can stay healthy. So I think Dallas might surprise a little bit in that division as well. So, and Philadelphia, what do you got to play for after you win the big game?
Yeah, another big game.
Speaking of the big game, Common, what is your big game, your official big game prediction?
I can't go there, but I will tell you, I think it'll be the Vikings and the Falcons in the NFC Championship game, and you're on your own after that.
Above average.
I saw Fish Wrap Factory West Side had some interesting predictions for big game matchups. I don't know. I mean, I would say I'm jumping on that Washington bandwagon because of what I saw last year. That's a team that I think could. Of course, it could have been just a flash in the pan. And I'd like to think Buffalo could actually finally get over. I wouldn't mind seeing Buffalo because I really feel bad for the citizens of Buffalo. I'm going to say it'll be Cincinnati and Detroit in the big game.
I'm going to go boring here.
Okay.
I know no one ever likes to make these predictions because they just feel like it's too boring. They got to come up with some flashy prediction. I think Kansas City does like a last hurrah for them with Travis Kelce. Like he got in shape this offseason. Like he knows it's his final year. They probably do have a little bit of bitterness after losing last year. I think KC is going to get back there. I think Mahomes got a little bit more weapons to work with moving forward, so that offense might be a little bit more dynamic than they've been the last 2 years. I'm going the Kansas City Chiefs
and the Minnesota Vikings
to win the big game versus. I don't know who's coming out of the NFC. I'll say the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Huh?
No, I meant quack quack. Very good.
Question number 2.
We're gonna win, Twins. We're gonna score.
It's now time to delve deep into Twins territory.
Crack out a home run, shot a hit, hooray! Cheer for the Minnesota Twins today.
The Twins blew a 2-run lead in the 9th inning last night, losing the Chicago White Sox 4-3 at Target Field. Your guy, Common, former Twins outfielder Michael A. Taylor hit the go-ahead 2-run double in the ninth for the Sox. Chicago had lost 205 consecutive games when trailing after 8 innings. The Twins have now lost 5 in a row to the White Sox, and they've dropped their record to a season worst 15 games below 500. Common, your thoughts?
Yeah, they even before the trade, they weren't any good. They're actually worse now, I guess.
Yeah.
Certainly record-wise. And to lose to Chicago I don't even know if Chicago's even really trying. It would be hard to tell, right? It's embarrassing. That's to lose to Chicago, who was, on pace to have one of the worst records in the history of Major League Baseball. It's pretty sad.
Sad, really?
Yeah, it really is.
And that's it for today's edition of 5
I said your thoughts, so you can go anywhere you want with it.
Sad.
3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
More controversial Vikings news, other side of the break, and then 1:30. Mark Rosen a half hour earlier. We'll be joined by my boy Deuce. It's the return of Spread Swing. That's all coming up here. What do you think of that?
What do you think of that?
All coming up on the Common Man program here on the Fan.
Let's be real. Life happens. Kids spill. Pets shed. And accidents are inevitable. Find a sofa that can keep up at washablesofas.com. Starting at just $699, our sofas are fully machine washable inside and out. So you can say goodbye to stains and hello to worry-free living. Made with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics. They're kid-proof, pet-friendly, and built for everyday life. Plus, changeable fabric covers let you refresh your sofa whenever you want. Need flexibility? Our modular design lets you rearrange your sofa anytime to fit your space, whether it's a growing family room or a cozy apartment. Plus, they're earth-friendly and trusted by over 200,000 happy customers. It's time to upgrade to a stress-free, mess-proof sofa. Visit washablesofas.com today and save. That's washablesofas.com. Offers are subject to change, and certain restrictions may apply.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit. And push your gameplay beyond limits with Intel Core Ultra processors. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel Inside. Maximize your edge by shopping at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
This message is sponsored by Greenlight. With school out, summer is the perfect time to teach our kids real-world money skills they'll use forever. Greenlight is a debit card and the #1 family finance and safety app used by millions of families, helping kids learn how to save, invest, and spend wisely. Parents can send their kids money and track their spending and saving, while kids build money confidence and skills in fun ways. Start your risk-free Greenlight trial today at greenlight.com/iHeart. That's greenlight.com/iHeart.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? Business software is expensive, and when you buy software from lots of different companies, it's not only expensive, it gets confusing, slow to use, hard to integrate. Odoo solves that because all Odoo software is connected on a single affordable platform. Save money without missing out on the features you need. Odoo has no hidden costs and no limit on features or data. Odoo has over 60 apps available for any needs your business might have, all at no additional charge. Everything from websites to sales to inventory to accounting, all linked and talking to each other. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Stepping in the magic, the Minnesota Renaissance Festival runs weekends right now through September 28th. Get your tickets at renaissancefest.com and enter for your shot to win a pair of tickets on our contest page at KFAN.com, keyword contest.
13-14 pass, Common Man program. Spread swing right around the corner. Vikings-Bears Monday night. Final game of week 1 of the National Football League 2025-2026 season. You'll hear it on this radio station. Coverage at 5. Be here for the boom at 7:15 or so. Ben Johnson is the head coach of the Chicago Bears, tend to be, and he's had plenty of success against. Do you remember when he got the job? He took some veiled, well, not even veiled. He kind of took some cheap shots at LaFleur. You remember that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he said he kind of chided LaFleur about the success that the Lions had against him. You think he might be the same way with the Bears? I mean, Ben Johnson's 4-0 against Flores defense, right? He's 4-0.
Yeah.
But I was reading an SI piece out of Chicago. It says, you think he might be cocky like he was with LaFleur. He said, yet with his first game as coach on the horizon, it seems Johnson has become a bit conservative with thoughts and comments, or maybe he simply realizes what the Bears are up against. The offense Johnson commanded in Detroit averaged 30.5 points, scored 30 or more every time, and they won all 4 games against the fearsome Flores blitzing scheme. But here's what Johnson said. He's an outstanding coach, all kinds of issues. There's not a team that pressures more than Minnesota has over the last 2 years. I go back to what I admired most about New England when I was a young coach in this business, and they had the ability to morph week in and week out. He does that. He does that as a coordinator. You don't really know what you're going to get. You have to adjust in the middle of the game. Our guys have to be open-minded and be willing to understand that we're going to get hit in the teeth a couple of times. It's the nature of doing business with this crew. They have some really good players. They're really well coached. They're really ball conscious. They're going after the ball all the time. Then he started reeling off stats about the. I mean, I think he's. I think that Brian Flores lives rent free in Ben Johnson's head. He says, I think they were number 1 in takeaways last year. They were tied with the Steelers at 33. And that's a credit to how they practice because it shows up on game tape. You can go on the stat sheet and it's points per game. I think they're top 5. They were 5th. They're really good on critical downs, so 3rd and 4th down, they're excellent. It was a phenomenal rushing defense last year as well. They were number 1. We're going to have our work cut out for us. We're going to have our work cut out in front of us. And then it says those things were all true last year. The Lions tore up the Vikings defense. There's no question we're looking at the entire season last year and knowing full well that Flores has had an offseason to change as well. Year 1 of his defense was one thing. It had some major changes there going into year 2, and I expect the same going into year 3. You just don't know what it is until you get into that game. I think that's what makes them so dangerous. So he's certainly showing the utmost respect for Flores and the defense, and that's probably a good thing. You don't want to be cocking off too much. And Flores has the ability to do that. You heard the numbers, how good they were in that. It will be interesting to see because, I think the Bears have some nice pieces, and I think you might agree with me there, but it certainly isn't an experienced quarterback like Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown and a couple of good running backs and other. There's a lot of pieces Detroit had to work with last year, and the offensive line. I was going to say the offensive line more than anything. Yeah. And you put all that together, and then the Bears now they've redone their offensive line too, and maybe it will be, if it's anywhere near what Detroit's had the past few years, that bodes well for the Bears. But it will be interesting. And like he says, all these coaches they morph, they change. It's not like B-Flow's going to trot out the exact same defensive schemes that he did last year. Some tried and true. Certain situations probably call for, well, this is what we do. Beat us, our strength against your strength or whatever. I would think it should be interesting. Yeah, I was going to say, I think the tone words for Ben Johnson, I'm not certain it's so much this respect for B-Flow, because as you mentioned, he's beaten him 4 times in a row. And if anyone's given B-Flow trouble over the last couple of years, it's been that Lions offense. It's the one deep offense they have not been able to really contain. But I think it's more of an indictment on his offense, right? If you are going to go up against a B-Flow defense,
You need to have a good offensive line, probably a good experienced offensive line that's got chemistry together. And you need to have a quarterback who has seen some things and can get the line situated in the right spot and write the calls and know who's blitzing. And I think the combination, I know the Bears, on paper made upgrades and, at least they made changes on the offensive line. Still hard to believe they're going to be on the same level of Detroit's offensive line over the last 2 years. And then
I would tend to
you're going to have a quarterback that just hasn't experienced what Jared Goff has experienced. So I think this has been going, I know the success we had offensively in Detroit. We might get there eventually with Chicago, but it's probably not going to happen week 1 against the Minnesota Vikings.
I get the feeling you think not only will Chicago not score, not only will they not cross the 50-yard line, but they might not pick up a first down against
I would never say that again, a game at Chicago, because I know this is a repetitive take that we've said year after year after year. I've seen the Vikings take on some of the worst Chicago Bears teams and always struggle in that place. And I don't know if it's the wind. I know I've talked about this before. They have weirder turf and grass conditions than any stadium in the National Football League. And I was even listening to PA, I think last week or earlier this week, where he said they've had a bunch of concerts on there. They just put in fresh sod. So that might be a little weird. They always make it intentionally long to kind of slow some things down. It's just a hard place typically to move the ball on offense because of the conditions. But I would pick the Vikings to win just because I think our defense will be the best. Out of all the units on the field on Monday night, it'll be the Vikings defense.
Well, if Ben Johnson is able to have success Monday night like he did with Detroit, and they're able to put up 30 points on B-Flow, then Ben Johnson is something special, probably, right?
Maybe.
Like you say, they don't have as much to work out. I mean, we know the quarterback's got it. The Caleb Williams kid's got a lot of potential, and he's probably. Well, not probably. He's much more athletic than Goff, but Goff, like you say, he's there's not much Goff hasn't seen. I mean, he went to a big game. Now they didn't win, but he's been to a big game, so he's been through all of that. He was in an NFC Championship game with the Kitties a couple of years ago. There's not much that he hasn't seen.
Last 2 years, you could argue he's one of the top.
Yes.
5, 6, 7 quarterbacks in football.
Yes.
Over the last 2 years.
And Caleb hasn't, my guess is no matter how much film you watch and how much, and that goes to we talk about where Johnson says there's going to be changes. There's going to be things we're going to see tomorrow night that we've not seen before. And so,
maybe Ben Johnson's a quarterback whisperer, though.
Well, it could very well be. We'll find out.
Resurrected Goff's career.
Yep, we'll see. It could be interesting. Let's break. When we come back, Rosen joins us in studio. Deuce on the phone. It's the return of I've heard it's more popular than the initials did. That's what I've heard. A lot of people are saying that.
I love that one.
Spread swing. Next. Common Man program along with 10 to B here on the Fan.
Tired of spills and stains on your sofa? WashableSofas.com has your back. Featuring the Anabay collection, the only designer sofa that's machine washable inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly prices. That's right, sofas start at just $699. Enjoy a no-risk experience with pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and changeable slipcovers made with performance fabrics. Experience cloud-like comfort with high-resilience foam that's hypoallergenic and never needs fluffing. The sturdy steel frame ensures longevity, and the modular pieces can be rearranged anytime. Check out WashableSofas.com and get up to 60% off your Anabay sofa, backed by a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not absolutely in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping or restocking fees. Every penny back. Upgrade now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change, and certain restrictions may apply.
In the heat of battle, your squad relies on you. Don't let them down. Unlock elite gaming tech at Lenovo.com. Dominate every match with next-level speed, seamless streaming, and performance that won't quit. And push your gameplay beyond limits with Intel Core Ultra processors. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel Inside. Maximize your edge by shopping at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps, that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
Saks Off 5th is your secret to scoring fashion's most wanted deals at up to 70% off. On the hunt for designer steals that'll turn heads and leave a trail of envy? Uncover Gucci, Valentino, Versace, Stuart Weitzman, and more top designers at prices too good to stay confidential. Dare to get caught up in luxe layers, statement boots, fall denim, and bohemian dresses from Saks Off 5th that'll put your wardrobe on the most wanted list. Men's must-haves are here too, with tailored essentials, cozy sweaters, sneakers, and designer accessories for every fall mission. With new arrivals dropping weekly at Saks Off 5th, the pursuit for the ultimate find is always on. Whether you're looking for a seasonal wardrobe refresh, shopping for a specific occasion, or just want to get inspired, Saks Off 5th is your partner in crime for the big score. Head to SaksOff5th.com or a Saks Off 5th store near you for up to 70% off every day. This is a style lineup you won't want to miss.
Join KFAN's Justin Gard next Monday night
he's not a comedian.
At Gray's Food Hall for a season kickoff watch party. Drop by starting at 7 p.m. to catch the Purples. They open up their season against Chicago. Plus, enjoy great food and your shot to win awesome prizes. Get the full details now at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
What's the name of the place again?
Gray's. Graze.
Gray's
Food Hall.
Zorbas. 13-14 past. I'm Common. He's Tennessee. Excited and delighted to be joined by the legendary Mark Rosen, and of course by my firstborn. He's Deuce. I told Deuce this many years ago when he was 4 or 5 years old. I said we had two names picked out for you. Mm-hmm. You were either going to be Daniel or Finsterwald.
Finsterwald.
And we chose Daniel. And Deuce, you're delighted by that, are you not?
I'm both excited and delighted by that. I think Finsterwald would have made my upbringing even more difficult than it already was being raised by such a gadfly.
Yeah. Just received this from the Bradshaw Bryant KFAN text line. Common must-listen segment alert. I work for a Fortune 100 company, and I blocked out this time in my Outlook calendar for the entire spread swing season. Can't wait until Deuce is down by 100 points. And Rosie says, that's who I was going to pick, but you sniped me. Let the games begin, me boy. It's time
Let's
for
go.
Spread Swing.
Let's go. Spread swing.
Now, right out of the gate, Tennessee, just before you probably do stats and this and that and the other thing, I just wanted you guys to be on notice. In the history of Spread Swing, I've never taken the segment seriously. This year I am.
Means you're not going to take the Lions every week.
Wouldn't go that far.
The roar has been restored. Now what do you think? What do you think of the Lions now?
I'll find out after Sunday.
Now what do you think?
We should give a quick tutorial in case there are some new listeners to NFL Spread Swing. Here's how we play. We have Common, Rosen, myself, and Deuce. We're each going to pick two NFL teams based on the point spread of their games this week. And the way spread swing works is you get points based off of how they do against the spread. So let's just do tonight's game, for instance. Philadelphia is -8 versus Dallas. If Philadelphia was to win the game by 18 and you picked Philadelphia, you would gain 10 points because that's the difference in the spread. If you picked Philadelphia -8 and they only won by 1, you would lose 7 points. You'd have -7 points. Nobody can pick the same team twice, so once Common takes the Lions, nobody else can grab the Lions. The other thing is we have 2 double downs that can be used for any time throughout the entire course of the regular season.
I love double down. I might double down right away.
Just go for it.
Can I use them both this week?
Sure you can.
Sure, if you want to.
Okay, I just want to make sure I know the ground rules.
I
know the ground rules.
Yeah.
The knock on NFL Spread Swing is that we don't know what we're talking about. We don't know how to make any picks.
Yeah.
Last year, if you would have followed along with 3 of our picks, you would have made a lot of money because I was the champion last year at 138 points. Common, you were second at 127.
Yep. I made
Rosen, you were third at 117. So Rosen, your 117 would win easily most years. You took third place.
I blew it at the end.
Deuce was in last with minus 21.5.
From worst to first.
Deuce, however, did though.
In the mirror.
Deuce did win the playoff version of NFL Spread Swing last year. So
yeah, I
believe so.
There you go.
So we're going to go in reverse order off of those from last year. So we're going to go Deuce, Rosen, Common, and Tenna. So Deuce in your comfortable leadoff spot.
Spread Swing.
You know, it's is it good? I couldn't quite hear that song on my end. Am I good though? Good to talk?
Oh, it's all you, yeah. You couldn't hear it?
Yeah,
it's all you.
No, I couldn't hear that. I don't know what's going on with my phone. I think I might need a new one here. But I'm making
you have a job now, so you can buy your own.
well, there's that. But I'm thinking for my first pick of the 2025 campaign, I'm going to base it off of some news that just broke about 13, 14 minutes ago.
Really?
Amari Cooper recently decided to retire from pro football. He was a member of the Raiders. He returned to the team that drafted him back in about 2014 or 15 or so. And I think that retiring from your team just mere days before the season starts, that tells you everything you need to know about that Vegas ball club.
He just signed like a couple days ago.
Oh, man.
Yeah. He signed real recently, and he took one quick look at Geno Smith and that Raiders offense and said, the couch is calling my name. I'm donezo. So I think the Raiders are in for a brutal year, and it'll start week 1 at Gillette Stadium. They're playing at the Razor, and I think the Patriots are going to roll over the Raiders. I'll take New England minus 2.5.
Huh?
Deuce already in the hole.
Spread Swing.
My turn?
It's all you.
Oh, well, one of the breakout teams this year, and they've been a disappointment, and the quarterback's been a disappointment, but I think he's going to show his wares this year. I'm talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence. I think they're ready to take control and potentially even win the division. The other problem is they're playing Carolina this week, and Carolina has lost 8 of their last 9 road games by at least 6 points with Bryce Young as their starting quarterback. So I'm going to go with the Jags at home minus 3.5. Wow. So I will take Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence against Adam Thielen, minus Adam Thielen-less Carolina Panther team.
Spread Swing.
How can you not?
Very easily.
Everybody's so excited about it. It's amazing. You know, ever since the season concluded last year up until about a week ago, everybody was picking lines to win the division. Every national guy, every local guy. One player gets traded to Green Bay, and suddenly they're going to win the big. Not only they're going to win the division,
rise from the dead.
They're going to win the big game.
Yeah,
and it's like, it's okay. It's, again, do I need to say it? Packers won't cross the 50. They won't score. They won't pick up a first down. I don't think the Kitties are going to miss a step. I really don't. I know they lost Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn, and what's his face retired. The center retired for
Ragnar.
Yeah, none of that. They could have Ragnar as their center. It's not going to matter. I like Detroit in this game. Do I actually get 2 points too?
Yeah, you're plus 2.
I'll take the Kitties and the 2 points.
I feel like we're going to hear this play-by-play call in that game.
The Lions are roaring in Green Bay.
I like that.
Might be hearing that one.
Spread Swing.
Someone says, Common, I'm taking notes on Deuce's picks so I can fade his picks and pay my mortgage. Think about it.
I feel like week 1 of all weeks, the point spreads are not exactly as precise as they will be because we don't know all these teams yet and some surprise. So I like to take a lot of underdogs in week 1. So I'm going to go with an underdog team. I especially like underdog teams at home versus a division opponent in the season opener. And I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns plus 5 against Cincinnati Bengals.
No.
Historically, over the last couple seasons, Cincinnati and Joe Burrow have gotten off to extremely slow starts, and then they're playing catch up as the season goes along. And
you don't see any change in that.
And I think Myles Garrett and that Cleveland defense is going to be all over Joe Burrow because they still really did not address the offensive line there in Cincinnati. So I'm going to go Cleveland +5 at home versus the Bungles.
Spread swing.
Okay, Mr. Rate and Finance Analyst. See, analyze your next game. Nope.
I think I'm going to take Tennessee head-to-head in the Cincinnati-Cleveland game. Now, I understand that that's probably going to make Tennessee feel quite reassured, but I was eyeing up.
Can I go back and double down?
I think they're going to get this monkey off of their back with the typical slow starts they've had every year. I think it's Joe Burrow's time, and I like the Cincinnati club. I've always been a Joe Burrow guy, and I tend to go with him a lot on the air, and that usually works to my disadvantage, like most of my picks tend to do. But I think the Bungles are going to take down the Browns in the Ohio Showdown. Give me the Bungles -5.
Wow.
Spread swing.
He's probably wrong, but it sounded good. I mentioned this earlier with Tennessee when Tennessee was asking 5-3-4. Who do I think is going to be in the big game? Who's going to do this? And who's going to do that? It was a rapid fire. No huddle NFL questions. I don't think what Washington did last year was a mirage.
Is it your pick or mine?
It's Rosen's pick.
Oh.
I hope he's not taking Washington.
Are you taking Washington?
No. You want to keep going? Go right ahead. I don't really care.
Well, I'll just take them then.
Take them.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I want Washington.
Is this like a Mike Tice didn't get the pick in on time situation we got going on here?
I'm just so used to being bad at this.
We know Rosen's going to take Minnesota anyway.
Yeah, I'll take Washington. The Giants, I don't think are going to be any better. They were awful last year, and I think that's the predictions for that's the prediction most people have for them. And I'm sold on the Daniels kid in Washington. I'm going to take that. I'll take Washington. I'll give up the 5.5 points. Sorry, I jumped the gun.
Spread swing.
Well, it's the team
False start.
It's the team I picked to unseat the Kansas City Chiefs in a wager I have with Tennessee. They're the biggest point spread favorite of the week, including the Eagles tonight, who are 8-point favorites, at least according to this sheet that Tennessee put out. The Broncos are 8.5-point favorites. That does not scare me because Tennessee starting young Cam Ward making his regular season debut on the road. Altitude, great defense, front four. I think it's going to be kind of a nerve-wracking experience for the Titans.
Well, this is what's interesting to me. You've got McCarthy in his first ever game going to be brilliant in the Bears.
I never said that.
Well,
I never said that. I said no. And again, I never said that. I never said he's going to have gaudy statistics. I think the Vikings will win.
Okay.
Right. I've not put him on a pedestal. Right. But I know you want me to do that, so you have something to
sort of indicated
to talk about. I like him a lot. I think he's going to be a terrific quarterback. I don't think he's going to be. Remember Brett Favre's first game in 2009?
Number one overall is going to be bad.
I think he's going to have a tough time against Denver's defense. That's all. You can argue with me. It doesn't matter.
No, just
I'm just saying that. No, I didn't say anything about J.J. McCarthy. But I think Denver. If I'm going to stick my neck out on Denver winning the AFC West this year, it has to start at home.
Very good.
And the altitude will be a problem for Cam Ward.
8.5 is a lot of points.
I know. I understand that.
A lot of points.
Not if Tennessee doesn't score.
Spread
Not in college football, it isn't.
Oh, that's right. I already had my turn. Sorry.
You already took your pick. I think one of the more intriguing matchups is Pittsburgh at the New York Jets because they swapped quarterbacks. Justin Fields goes from Pittsburgh to New York. Aaron Rodgers goes from New York to Pittsburgh, and then they face each other week 1.
Interesting.
And the Steelers are 2.5 point favorites in this one. But I think I'm going to go, once again, I said I like the underdogs. I like underdogs at home in week 1. Aaron Rodgers had a pretty mediocre season last year, and I don't know, at least on the offensive side of the ball, if he upgraded his supporting cast. I guess maybe he's got a better defense now in Pittsburgh than what the Jets had last year, but his receivers running back combination is not any better than what he had in New York. It might actually be worse than what he had with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys that doesn't show up until August. I doubt he's got the chemistry going with all the players on offense, and I think he's going to get off to a slow start. You know, the Jets fans are going to be loud, and I think Justin Fields is going to rush for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns.
This is the kind of analysis that this is why he won the championship last year, because he understands the game.
Going New York Jets. Yeah. Jets, Jets, plus 2.5 at home.
Very good.
Well, that was fun right away.
Spread swing.
Sweet.
Deuce, what do you got tonight? You got a soccer game or is it volleyball tonight on GameTimeMN.com?
Well, it's a little soccer action. It's 2 teams that don't like each other very much. It's the Lakeville South Cougars and the Rosemount Irish. It's an inner-south suburban conference collision, and that game's at 7 o'clock, so I'll get out of work and hop on 35 East southbound and get to Lakeville South for the call. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be fun tonight.
You seem to, it seems like you've called, this is your 3rd soccer game, right?
This is my fourth game. I believe this.
You've had Lakeville South in like 3 of them, haven't you?
I have. I'm practically the voice of the Lakeville South Cougars boys soccer club, and maybe if I keep it up at this rate, maybe I'll get the gig and be their full-time guy. A shot at the big time. Well,
what I really like is that you've not taken a page out of my book. You've actually studied rosters and and you've talked to coaches and you've looked at past performances. It's just the opposite. You have plenty of prep, and I have no prep, and I admire you for that.
It just goes to show that sometimes the apple can fall far from the tree. These long Borman limbs, I suppose, have got me far from the trunk of the tree that is the common man, Dan Cole. So yes, I've taken my time, and I'm getting ready for each game, prepping like it's the World Cup final.
You should. That's great. Congratulations.
Well, you've ducked out of work. Are you at your cubicle, or did you go into the stairwell?
I went outside and just sat in my car, and right before Tenneby made my mic hot and I started talking, my boss strolled down and saw me sitting in the car. So I might be in for a fun little boss and employee meetup in just a few moments. But I think Ben tends to enjoy the grum, so I think we should be good.
All right.
I should be all right.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you get fired, don't come back home tonight. Sorry. Got to find another place to live.
And I'm on the street on my own.
You're out on the street. All right, Deuce.
Your dad has no history of getting fired from jobs.
No. Deuce, what did you say about Coles? We don't
quit. We get terminated.
Yeah.
Not much in between there. Not a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah, we don't quit. We get terminated. That's how it works. All right, Deuce. Thanks.
Take care, Deuce.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Yeah. Take care, everybody.
I always love that.
So there you go, Deuce.
I hope he doesn't get in trouble for that.
No, he'll be okay.
I'm sure he will be.
He says that where he works is really laid back. Mm-hmm. It's just everybody it says if you want to come in at 7 and leave at 3, if you want to come in at 8, leave at 4, if you want to come in at 9 and leave at 5. Fridays you can work from home. Just get your work done. That's all we care about. So
makes sense.
And that's, I think more and more companies are kind of going to that. I've said it before. If I, and it's a good thing I'm not a boss, but if I was a boss and you never showed up at the office but got your work done, and then some, you were hitting all the benchmarks.
Right.
I don't care if I ever see you again.
Yeah.
If you're able to accomplish everything you want to accomplish in 3 hours and then go play golf, then more power to you.
There's the social aspect of it. I think some offices now do want them back in the office for a lot of different reasons.
Yes.
Just to get out of the house as well. So,
well, you used to love going down to the old TV station,
Oh yeah, I did. No, I did. Yeah, I absolutely did. And that was a big part of it. It's just schmoozing with your friends and people you work with all these years, and hanging out and telling jokes and goofing around. It makes a difference. Then you can do your work.
You are correct.
Yeah.
I told Tenna I'm starting to come around to all the Duckies and Bunnies. I guess maybe I'm missing something. I think the McCarthy kid's going to be really good.
But I don't know what. This is the rhetorical question. I know your game.
It's a business.
I know how you play it. I don't know
what game. I don't play any games.
Yeah, that's all you do.
But the games people play now.
Yeah. Who in particular is?
Everybody think he's going to be really good. Everybody thinks that this kid's got
starting on Monday night his career.
He's going to be really good.
He should be really good. They traded up for him.
He's loosey-goosey.
I think Cam Ward's going to be very good. I just don't think he's going to be very good on Sunday. That's all I'm saying. Against Denver, it's all about the odds and based on a lot of history. And
the Bears got a pretty good defense.
They do. Oh, absolutely. I don't think they're going to ask.
You think JJ is going to struggle a little bit, or is he going to come out of the gate?
I think he's going to do both.
Really?
I think he's going to have drives that he's going to struggle, and it's going to look like that he hasn't made an NFL start before. And there'll be other drives. I think he's going to look really sharp, and he's been preparing this for all of last year. He's not a true rookie quarterback, as we know, and that does have an effect on, I think, his performance overall. And he's had the big games, and he's played in big environments before, but it's still different. I think the Vikings have done everything in the world to surround him, especially in the offensive line, with exactly what he needs to succeed. I think he's still going to throw a lot of passes. Like I said, I think Hawkinson's going to be the number one guy. I think, obviously JJ's out there. He's got a rebuilt offensive line that by all accounts should be one of the best in the NFL. And he's got a running game, which has to, especially on the road, be successful. I mean, we saw that time and time again. You can't not put your team consistently in 2nd and 9, 2nd and 8. How many times, Viking fans watch the game and go, here comes we're going to hand the ball to Aaron Jones, and he's gained 2 yards, it's 2nd and 8. Now they're in that obvious passing situation. Put you in the 8 ball. They have got to establish that and give him those options to be at what he does best. And that's not, like any other quarterback, 2nd and 9 or 3rd and 9. You're not going to succeed as much that way. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, there's a level of excitement for this Vikings team that I don't think fans have felt in a very long time. It's been that long since they've had a quote-unquote someone who was at least penciled in as a franchise quarterback.
I think, though, that we were I was pretty excited about 2010. I thought we had unfinished business. And then after that sterling 14-3 season under O'Connell the first time, I thought it was Super Bowl but bust. Mm-hmm. And then we did bust. We went 7-9. Well, or 7-10, whatever it was.
That's my concern about your kiddies this year.
Yeah. Well, you don't wear your pretty little head on the kiddies. We'll be just fine.
That still, to my money, is the game of the week.
The Roar.
And 100% the game of the week. Green Bay and Detroit.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. That was a spread swing. Rosie hanging around for another hour. It's the Common Man program with Common, Teneby, and Mark Rosen here on The Fan.
Let's be real. Life happens. Kids spill. Pets shed. And accidents are inevitable. Find a sofa that can keep up at WashableSofas.com. Starting at just $699, our sofas are fully machine washable inside and out, so you can say goodbye to stains and hello to worry-free living. Made with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics, they're kid-proof, pet-friendly, and built for everyday life. Plus, changeable fabric covers let you refresh your sofa whenever you want. Need flexibility? Our modular design lets you rearrange your sofa anytime to fit your space, whether it's a growing family room or a cozy apartment. Plus, they're earth-friendly and trusted by over 200,000 happy customers. It's time to upgrade to a stress-free, mess-proof sofa. Visit WashableSofas.com today and save. That's WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change, and certain restrictions may apply.
Come on. Why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity. With Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance that keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com. Lenovo. Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
Saxoff 5th is your secret to fashion's most wanted deals at up to 70% off. On the hunt for designer steals that'll turn heads and leave a trail of envy? Uncover Gucci, Valentino, Versace, Stuart Weitzman, and more, with new arrivals dropping weekly at prices too good to stay confidential. Luxe layers, statement boots, and tailored essentials from Saks Off Fifth will put your wardrobe on the most wanted list. Head to SaksOffFifth.com or a Saks Off Fifth store near you for a style lineup you won't want to miss.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? Business software is expensive, and when you buy software from lots of different companies, it's not only expensive, it gets confusing, slow to use, hard to integrate. Odoo solves that because all Odoo software is connected on a single affordable platform. Save money without missing out on the features you need. Odoo has no hidden costs and no limit on features or data. Odoo has over 60 apps available for any needs your business might have, all at no additional charge. Everything from websites to sales to inventory to accounting, all linked and talking to each other. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.